Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. It was really fun making the bed with my brother, and I think so far he's enjoying it. We are going to go back and round over the corners on the bed frame. It's pretty sharp, and just kind of clean up a little bit, and maybe put like a clear coat to kind of seal it and just give it a little nicer feel at the end. I don't think he wants to paint it. But yeah, we had a deadline that we were trying to meet, and so we were unable to record some of the steps at the end. I had to kind of just like build without worrying about recording all the steps and taking the time to stop, re-record, all that stuff. I tried to show as much as I could, but at the same time, I know I skipped a lot of stuff, and there's probably a lot of questions for that. So the biggest confusion for us was how to use the gas pistons. Yeah, the way we kind of handled that was we actually needed some spacers between the hinge, which was we used boat seat hinges as recommended by some other videos that we watched online, and it just so happened that when the side frame and the space between the side frame wall, the vertical wall pieces that we have, they're like 3 feet tall, and the actual bed frame, the ball joint of the gas piston that whole like connection was actually too fat, too wide. So we had to put some wooden spacers that you saw in the video at the end on the seat hinge to give it enough space for the gas pistons to sit in there. So that was one of the things we had to do, and we had to attach that end on the bed frame of the gas piston before attaching the sidewalls as well, because there's no way we're going to be able to get into that space once the wall and the bed frame is attached on both sides. So that was probably the easier part. The harder part was trying to figure out exactly where to mount the other side of the gas piston. And the way we did it, we were only able to do this because the sidewall frames were so short. They were like 3 feet tall. We did that because my brother didn't want to buy more wood. So we just figured out a way to use one like 12-foot, like 2 by 8 by 12-foot piece and cut it into sections. So we were able to like reach over it really easily and see exactly where we need to put the hinge. So what we did was we put the bed frame, we put it up all the way, and so that would make the gas piston. The gas piston's already extended as long as it needs to be, because when it's up, that's when the gas piston is going to be like resting. So then we knew exactly where the other end of the gas piston needed to be on the sidewall, and kind of trace out and mark where we wanted the ball joint of the gas piston to be, and then we were able to remove the ball joint and kind of line it back up in place where we traced around on the side frame, and then we were able to screw it in, and then afterwards we could just clip it back into the gas piston arm, and it all worked out. So that was probably the main thing. I don't know how we would have done it without being able to reach over. I've heard some of the other like makers were able to like, they had space with the bed frame up between the bed frame and the wall. I don't know how that's possible, but maybe they have like a lot more space than we did. We had like 3 inches, maybe 2 inches, maybe, I don't even know. But yeah, that's how we did it. We actually had to go back as well. I showed some screws that we used in the attaching the gas piston ball joints, but they were like really terrible screws. I think they might have been for sheet metal, but they were just like not grabbing, and they were really short. And what actually was happening the first time, we had everything set up perfectly, and then we were putting the bed frame up. Actually, no, we were lowering it. So as we lower it, the gas pistons start to compress, and they naturally want to keep the bed frame going vertical, which is what we want. You want the assistance of the gas pistons as you're pushing it up, and as you're lowering it as well. You want help. The gas pistons want to keep it vertical so that it's keeping the load lighter as you lower the bed. But anyway, as we were lowering it, as the gas pistons were compressing with 120 pounds of force on each gas piston, we were like lowering it slowly, and then all of a sudden we hear like this kind of like cracking of what sounded like cracking of wood, and then we were looking, we're like, what's going on here? So we kept looking, and we kept lowering it, and then we were like lowering it slowly, and we were basically expecting an explosion to happen. So we were like hiding. We knew where it was happening. It was in the corner, and the screws were so loose, they weren't digging in enough, and the actual plywood sheets, like layers, were delaminating somehow. So we were hearing the glue come apart in the corner of the bed, and that was because the hinge was loose or something. Like the ball socket was loose, and it was like being torqued, and I don't even really know. So we put it back up. We detached this ball socket from the top, and then we were able to just lower it without any support. And then we went back, and we actually used longer, like I used pocket screws for the bed frame joints, or I used pocket screws for the bed frame ball sockets, ball joints or whatever, and we used like small, thin bolts and nuts and washers and everything on the bottom at the bed frame, just to reinforce it, because we knew it was a lot of like pressure going into each of those places, and we want to reinforce as much as possible. So yeah, that was the main thing there. Other than that was pretty much the biggest problem for us. There's a couple things we probably would have done differently next time around, but it was a good experience. It was really fun overall. Oh, and we also did put we drilled 2 holes into the sides so that when the bed frame was up, even though the gas pistons were holding it in place, we didn't want to have any risk. So we were able to basically put like long bolts to lock it in place up top, just to make sure nothing falls. My brother's gonna be using this. He wanted to make this project because he wanted more space in his bedroom to play his virtual reality games. So I guess you gotta keep it safe for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful for you guys. And let me know if you guys have any questions. If you guys are making it, good luck. Have fun. And yeah, keep on building. Peace.